Okay, faith without works is dead, and then work without faith is dead. But what we fail to realize is what these two things are and what these two things are actually pertaining to. As Hebrews 11 and 1 says, faith is the things that are hoped for that we do not see. But then you're looking at the space of work. Work is, yes, physical work that you have to put in the natural to make sure that you eat. As it says in Proverbs, a man who does not work does not eat. Look unto the ant, you sluggard. However, we cannot pass that as a means of just physical work in the physical or in the natural. If you are not doing any work in the spiritual, you have no power. You're not putting in the real work on where it counts. We look at things and we see, okay, hey, we wish we were born into certain luxury. We wish we didn't have certain problems, etc., etc. But what we don't realize is that is the spiritual, that is, thank you, Holy Spirit, that is the evidence of the spiritual work of the ancestor that put that work in, that is now showing up in the descendants. We don't all reap at the same time. We don't all reap what we sow at the same time. Unless it's Jesus, because that's the only way you are everybody is rich at the same time. Everybody got Jesus. But in that retrospect, you have this space of everybody like, okay, because I was just thinking, Abba was ministering to me, and we were talking about this, and it was just this space of like people putting in work in the wrong areas, thinking they're going to get ahead, thinking they're going to be able to crack that code to generational blessings. You do not crack the code to generational blessings by doing carnal work. You crack the code by doing the spiritual work. And what you see that others have, this is where you cannot compare, because their ancestors before them crack the code by putting in the spiritual work. This is the work that people do not want to do. This is the work that people don't want to put in. They'll put in the physical work and run on the hamster wheel and hustle and grind and the 9 to 5 and the constant, and they'll do that. But they won't turn around and take that work and put it into the actual spiritual work. That's the spiritual journey that you're on, that healing that you're doing, the sitting with Abba and letting him uncover the uncomfortable stuff, the stuff you don't want to talk about, the stuff that you want to bury. When you tackle that, that is when you begin to tap in to put the work in the spirit, that then gives you the power to put the work in the natural, that gives you a generational blessings that last 1,000 generations.